Okay, so I tinned all of the wires as I demonstrated. As you can see, it simply just means they got solder on them. They're kind of impregnated, if you will. I know that's a $2 word, but and just to demonstrate, you know, if you're, this is a 40-watt soldering iron. It'll actually do 20 and 40. I've never used the 20. It's never been hot enough to do anything on 20, but just to demonstrate, if you don't have the sponge, you know, a wet paper towel will clean your thing. As long as it's wet, it'll keep. See how clean and shiny that is? That's one of the important things about soldering. Just keep your tip clean. So we're going to go in here and solder on a Cree LED. Like I said, this LED already has like a, it's already tinned right there. I don't have a, and this is the negative side. Like I said, I went through and I put positive that side, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, and it's written right on there. And we're going to attach this negative terminal. And we're going to lay this soldering iron on here until we see it gets shiny, which means it's melted. When it gets shiny, which it didn't get shiny enough, I want to make sure we get a good, don't hold it on there too long, get everybody. Okay, we got a good connection. See, I'm able to pull that Cree right out from under that screw. Clean my tip, get my cord right, come over here from the negative to the positive side of this other guy. Oh, I didn't fasten that down well enough. Let's fix that. I just kind of snugged them down. Now you can see why I did that. This is to hold them in place so that you know your holes will line up, and you, again, I'm going to take this on here, right on that tab. I'm going to hold it on there till I see it get shiny. And melt the solder. That's a good connection. Don't want to hold it on there too long. Check it. And that's pretty firm. Now all I gotta do is put the other screw in there and there. Of course I'm gonna put some, we'll do that later. But anyway, I'll do another one, just for demonstration purposes. In case that seemed too easy, we're on the negative. I want negative, positive, negative. Sorry, my producer had to cough. She didn't want to share that with y'all. So, we're back. I got a nice clean tip. On the negative of that Cree to the positive of this Cree. I'm gonna, can you see that? Okay. I'm gonna hold this down on there till I see it melt. Nice connection, huh? Push that down. That's how it's done. We'll do one more.
Alright, go ahead.
So my cameraman wanted to reposition. We're going to show you another one. Here's negative. Ready? So sorry about the interruption. Kids were playing around. Not the only one in this house. So again, I'm going negative to positive. My wife got a re-angle here to try to show you. I just touch this down until I see everything melt. Check it. And if you can move the whole damn bar, it's probably a good connection. And I'm going to finish these out and we'll go on to the next step. Okay, so I cut an 8-foot wire and a 4-foot wire. It's pretty typical lengths to get you down to your somewhere where your mean wheel driver will be hidden. The reason this one's twice as long is because it's going to come back over here like this. See, I drilled a hole, poke that in and make it clean. And these are going to be the ones that we connect to the mean wheel driver. Clean my tip. Nice clean connection there. Okay, so like I said before, we started at positive here. And this wire passes through that hole. And it's going to go underneath. Bear with me. And end up right here with this guy. Started at positive, went negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, so on and so on. Ended up at negative, which means we have a positive and a negative. And our mean wheel driver has a positive and a negative, and it has an AC side. We'll get to that later. But we basically got a black for negative and a red for positive. Pretty standard stuff. We could mark that if we wanted to remind us, but we could always track it down. So I'm about to prepare to put the thermal compound on here. That's why I only put one screw in it. So I still have screws over here. One more for each LED. I won't go through all of it, but the kit, again, came with thermal grease. Now you can get thermal adhesive or thermal grease. Thermal adhesive will take the place of the screws. Then you gotta try to get lucky and hope that don't just pop off there during thermal expansion or something, and that it's more or less a glue to hold your. It does this and holds them on, but I opted for the drill and tap because it's a more mechanical way of connecting that. You can certainly glue them, for lack of a better term, if you want, but since I went this manner, this is one of the other things you have to tell them whether or not you want adhesive or grease. So you tell them what color lenses you want, what degree, whether you want adhesive or grease, and how many of each color you want. That's all you got to tell them. So I'll loosen up this screw, take this LED, give a little bitty dab. You can put it here or you can put it there. That's probably a little more than I like to. Wet paper towel come in handy. I don't want it smushing out all over the place. Put a little bit of that on there. Add the other screw. And all that stuff does is it makes a good connection between the bottom of the LED and the aluminum, because there's microscopic imperfections in both the bottom of the LED and the surface here, scratches and things that you can't see with the naked eye, and that thermal grease fills all of those and transfers all of the heat from the LED to the aluminum. Snug that guy down. You know, this stuff is conductive, which means it will allow electrical current to pass through it. So you definitely don't want that to be applied so heavily that it could cross the positive and negative and make a mess. Because could cause a short circuit. So I probably put more on there than I needed to. It came out a little heavy. You really just need a dab. Just a dab will do you, just enough to fill in, like I said, microscopic cracks and imperfections in the two metal surfaces. That's probably a better application right there than what I achieved on the first one. And then I put the other screw in. And I'm going to continue on with the rest of them. Okay, so you see how I fastened down all the LEDs. Got screws in it. I ran that wire back over here. I marked the positive one with a 6 marker that I had in my toolbox.